Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one, and in today's video I'm going to talk to you about game time struggles. I'm participating in a collab that was hosted by Nina from Everyday Blessings, so make sure you check out her channel along with the others who join in on this collab. So first off, let me say, this is just what works in our family, so make sure that when you're thinking of gaming and game time struggles, make sure that you do what's best for your family. So that's always what's important, is what works at your house. So this is what works for us, and this is how we handle it. First off, we really do not have any game time struggles, and I think it's because it's the way we view video games in our home or technology in general. We do not look at it as a bad thing. We don't look at it as having too much of it. I think that we live in a great time that we have so much information at our fingertips that we can learn and do and play anything, and I'm so appreciative for it. So in our house, we really do not have any restrictions on game time, and it has never been a problem. Now, I know for other families it may be, and you may see it as something completely different, and that's totally fine. Remember, this is just what works in our house. So, like I said, we have no limits or restrictions. When I was younger, I got to play video games. I played Mario. I loved Harvest Moon when it came out on Nintendo 64. And as I got older, I loved The Sims. And I can't even tell you how many hours I sat and played The Sims, but I loved it. My mom never said anything to me about it. It didn't affect my grades. It didn't affect how I turned out. I turned out, I think, pretty decent. I went to college, became a teacher, have a good family. So I didn't have any negative feelings or effects from video games. And so my son started playing video games probably about when he was 8 or 9. Starting out with Mario, and then some things on the iPad like Minecraft and Roblox. And I've just never really had a problem with it. He loves video games, but he also loves other things. He is still, even though he's 11, and thank God he doesn't have like outside influences to like tell him any different, but like he doesn't have a phone, so he's not sitting around texting people and things like that. He still loves to play. He has tons of action figures. He has tons of things to play with, and he loves to play. He loves to create scenes and episodes with his Dragon Ball Z figures, and he loves superheroes, and he loves getting characters from the video games like Mario and stuff like that, and he sets up like his own scenes from those things. So he still loves to play, and he loves to go outside, and he's pretty much up for anything. And so I kind of view video gaming as just a part of that. That's just one of the things that he likes, and so I don't really see a problem with it. He does a pretty good job of balancing it out himself, but he is 11. He will play video games, and then he's going to do something else, and he may come back to it later, and that's totally fine. I think video games just get a really bad connotation, and they're really not that bad. He enjoys playing them. It brings him joy. Sometimes he does get frustrated, but he loves to beat the challenges. He loves to get to new levels, and that's a form of goal setting, and we just tend to look at it in a negative way. If I said my son really loved chess, y'all would probably be like, oh, that's great, but it's really no different. He's having to make split-second decisions, and he's having to set goals, and he's trying to figure out moves just like if he was playing chess. So I don't view it any differently from playing a board game or a video game. I think they all offer great things. So one of the things that we do in our house is we just embrace it. We enjoy it just as much as he does, and if he wants to play it, that's great. I never make him feel bad for playing it. I never say, oh, you're playing that again, or anything like that. I ask him about it. The one thing you can do as a parent is to just embrace the fact that your kids like it. Kids are drawn to things like that. Just as you would embrace if they liked a new book or if they liked a new toy, do the same thing about what they're interested in video game-wise. So we just embrace it. I feel like the more you restrict things a lot with kids, the more the resistance is. So I try to really think in the long run, how is it going to affect him? Is this really a big deal? So I just don't see it as a huge deal. He still does his schoolwork. He still has friends. He still plays outside. He does all those things. So I don't see any reason for him to have to earn it or for him to have a limit to when he does it. So some of the things I suggest, if you do have a child who loves video games and you just don't understand, or you don't get the big deal about it, or you really don't like them spending a lot of time on it, here are some things that you can do to kind of end that struggle in your family. So if you need to set restrictions, go for it. If that's what works in your house, go for it. If you want your kids to earn that time, go for it. These are just some things that work in our house. And I'll tell you where I got the ideas from. If you have not read The Brave Learner from Julie Bogart, go today. Go to Amazon, go to the library, wherever you get your books. Read this today. Not only does it talk about video games and homeschool, it talks about everything homeschool. Really just your whole home in general, and it is full of wisdom. You will love it. So read The Brave Learner. Check out Brave Writer on YouTube. She actually has a great video I will link below called Video Gaming and Homeschool, where she actually interviews her adult son who's in college who loved gaming. It's just a great little video to watch. It doesn't take very long, and I think you'll feel a little bit better about video games once you watch it. So definitely check her out. But she has some video game wisdom in here. So this is what I recommend. I recommend jumping in and playing with your child, just like you would if they were playing Monopoly or Hungry Hungry Hippos or any other game. Jump in and play with them. If it's Mario or anything like that, ask if you can play with them. Not only are you getting to spend time with your kiddos, you're getting to do something they love, and I'm telling you right now, they love to tell you about it. They love to show you that they're experts in that game. So jump in and play. And that's for any kind of game. When Fortnite first came out, I was like, I don't even know what the big deal is about that. You're just like shooting and blah, blah, blah. Okay, I signed up for an account, and we play together, and I love it. It's so much fun. We look forward to it. We used to do it every day before homeschool, but just like everything else in our house, there's like seasons of things, and so right now he's not totally into that. But when he is, and he asks me to play, I do it because it's a lot of fun, and we share that together. We can talk about what's coming up, what's happening. I help him do challenges. He earns things. Play with your kiddos. They will love you for it, and it's something they'll remember. And also, he talks about me at co-op and says, my mom plays Fortnite. So, I mean, that's pretty cool, right? I mean, because the other moms don't even know anything about it. So, anyway, I don't sit and play Fortnite without him. I do play with him. But if I wanted to play it, I could. The second thing I recommend is if you don't want to play, if you don't want to jump in and video games are just not your thing, then sit with your child. Have your child play somewhere around their family. Play in the living room. He has a Nintendo Switch, and so he can play this anywhere. So have them play somewhere where you all are. So you're talking and you're asking questions about the game, or he can tell you what's happening, or you can just sit beside him. You don't even have to say anything. Just the fact that you're there and you're showing some interest in what they're doing will really change their mindset on it, and it won't feel like I'm fighting my parents for video games. So that's great. You can also get games like on the Wii and on the Switch where a lot of people can play. We love 1-2 Switch, and we love a lot of the Wii, like Just Dance games and things like that, because a lot of us can play, and we have a really good time doing it as a family. So I really just see it as spending time together. If you will just show some interest in it and not let it bother you so much, I promise it will not be a struggle. I can share a story. Like one time I let him play. There was something new happening in Fortnite. It may have been like a live event or something like that. And y'all, he spent the entire day sitting there waiting on that event, playing, all that good stuff. It was hours. But you know what? He didn't play for 2 weeks after that. That I did not have to fuss. I didn't have to complain. I didn't have to nag him about it. they get their fill of it and they're ready to move on. And I think we have to just kind of, as parents, just kind of let that happen. You know, in the big scheme of things, it's video games. That's just the way I look at it. So, remember, this is my opinion. This is what happens in our house. So if I could just leave you with anything, if you are having video game struggles, do what works best for you. But do try to get involved with a video game by just being there, being a spectator and watching, or better yet, play, just like you would if you jumped in on any board game, because I promise you your kiddos will definitely thank you for it. Thank you, Nina from Everyday Blessings, for allowing me to do this collab. Please comment below if you have any questions or have anything to say about what I said, and please be sure to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.